The most obvious effects of Dwapara Yuga's increased awareness of energy are currently manifesting in man's increasing control over the outer physical world. We marvel daily at the wonders of technology. But the wonders to come may well manifest primarily through man's increasing control over his inner world, his mind, life force, and physical body. We can easily see a trend toward greater and greater accomplishments in athletics. Records seem to fall every day. Athletes are getting faster, stronger, and more capable year after year. This change is no doubt due, at least in part, to a steadily changing gene pool, the result of natural selection favoring physical prowess and other physical characteristics. But if we take a closer look, we can see underlying this trend another more subtle awareness. Athletes are increasingly aware of their life force. In martial arts, as we have already discussed, the life force is called chi. In India, it is known as prana. Whatever it is called, athletes more than ever appreciate that their physical bodies are only one part of the equation. They also need to tune into the flow of energy in their bodies. In the 1970 seconds, Timothy Galway wrote The Inner Game of Tennis. Galway notes that many top athletes enter a zone when they are performing at their best. While in the zone, the usual rational processes we associate with being awake and alert recede, and choices are made in a flowing, intuitive manner. When asked later why they had chosen to try a particular shot or initiate a particular tactic, their answer is simply that they just knew what to do. They achieve a kind of fusion of body, mind, and energy that is more capable than the sum of its parts. Soon the concept of being in the zone or in a flow was recognized outside the world of sports. Exceptional business people, artists, authors in any field have similar experiences. A strong, centered, confident flow of high energy has its own guiding intelligence. Intuitive insight, hunches, creative excellence, body transcending feats often occur when in the zone, as Galway describes it, or as others have come to describe it, in a strong, confident flow. Many top athletes work with motivational coaches and use techniques that help them get into the flow. To help athletes, businessmen, or anyone wanting to achieve peak performance, motivational coaches focus on, in addition to the usual physical training methods and disciplined practice, the development of positive attitudes, physical relaxation, concentration, and emotional calmness while in competition. Athletes are also increasingly aware that the conviction that they can succeed is as much or more important than physical ability and training. If athletes don't truly believe they can accomplish a feat, they won't. This negative conviction can come either from the individual athlete thinking himself not capable of succeeding, or from fellow athletes thinking the feat impossible for anyone to accomplish. Either way, the result is the same. Conversely, once any athlete has accomplished a feat, say breaking the 4-minute mile, or astonishingly, doing a backflip on a motorcycle 50 feet above the ground, then other athletes often quickly accomplish the same feat. In 1954, Roger Bannister became the first man to run a mile in under 4 minutes. At the time, the 4-minute mile was widely believed to be impossible. Sports reporters, trainers, doctors, scientists, and as a result, nearly everyone else held the strong thought that the human body simply wasn't capable of the physical effort required to run that fast, that far. However, once Roger Bannister broke the 4-minute mile barrier, many other runners promptly broke the same barrier. Currently, the world record is now almost 17 seconds less than 4 minutes and expected to get broken again. Although the breaking of the 4-minute mile received worldwide attention, similar breakthroughs happen frequently. A bizarre example is doing a backflip on a motorcycle. At the end of the 1990 seconds, the first successful backflip was performed on an 80cc motorcycle. Now the feat is routine. In fact, other riders have now done backflips on full-size motorcycles, four-wheeled ATVs and snowmobiles. Not to be left behind, in 2006, a motorcyclist performed a double backflip. As recently as the 1960 seconds, people were impressed that Stein Eriksen, an Olympic gold medalist in 1954, could do a backflip on skis. Such a feat seems like nothing now. What these anecdotes highlight is that as Dwapara Yuga unfolds, people will be able to do many things not thought possible today, perhaps not even imagined. For example, there are currently being performed many feats, physical and mental, that are so far from the average person's experience that most people simply refuse to believe them. High-degree masters of the martial arts, by complete command of their life force, have been able to prevent a sword point from penetrating their abdomen even when it was thrust against them by 2 and 3 men at the same time. Although this feat has been frequently described in print and even captured on film, most people dismiss it as a hoax or a freakish ability beyond the common man. But the evidence of untapped human potential is simply too great to ignore. Yogis in India have demonstrated an ability to levitate, go without breathing for days, or calmly endure extremes of heat and cold all through the practice of pranayama or life force control. Savants, people who possess extraordinary mental abilities, have shown that they can memorize pi to over 22,000 digits, mentally multiply, say, 37 to the 6th power, 37x, 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 37 in less than a minute, or simply know the day of the week of any date you can name. Mankind is currently enamored of the wonders of technology. However, as Dwapara Yuga unfolds, the most wondrous technology may well be our own ability to control our minds and life force. As we are often reminded, we currently utilize only 10% of our brain's potential. The performance of feats now considered impossible may lie in Dwapara Yuga's future. If we could travel to the future, we might be more astonished by the everyday abilities of ordinary people than by any technological innovation we would see.